Hi guys, Lunastra here. This is just a quick episode 0 to explain some I&I tweaks I made for this Let's Play of the Long War mod for XCOM Enemy Within. They aren't too drastic, so if you aren't interested in the details, feel free to skip this and go straight into episode 1. For everyone else, the changes are as follows. Interceptor rearm time for non-conventional weapons has been reduced to 5 days, from 7. Reduced the interceptor repair time by 33%. Increased the map speed of the Raven to 2500 from 1500, so it can function more effectively in larger countries like Australia and Russia. Increased the Raven's battle speed to 15 from 10. This increases its interception time, so XCOM should be less reliant on afterburners. Increased the health of the Firestorm Interceptor to 5,000 from 4,000, and its armor to 30 from 25. Increased the health granted by the Armored Fighters Foundry Project to 2,000 from 1,000. Increased the armor penetration granted by the Penetrator Weapons Foundry Project to 10 from 5. Increased the aim provided by the Improved Avionics Foundry Project to 15 from 10. Increased the penalty the UFO Countermeasures Foundry Project applies to the aim of UFOs to 25 from 15. Increased the effect of the Stealth Satellites Foundry Project. It will now reduce the chance that a UFO that is not scanning for satellites will send a scanning UFO after your satellite to 10%. From 30%. The aliens can still send out scanning UFOs directly and bypass this 10% chance, and it is still very risky to ignore scanning UFOs. Removed the monthly bonuses UFO weapons get to their aim and damage, and buffed their base aim and damage to compensate. The UFOs still get extra health every month, and the aliens will still get access to more powerful UFOs at the same rate, so their progression is largely the same through the early and mid-game. They just don't have infinite power creep in the late game anymore. Base fatigue for soldiers has been cut in half. However, officer ranks, psionic ranks, and critical wounds still add extra fatigue at the same rate as before. Increased all grenade damage by 1 to 2 points. This shouldn't turn HE grenades into one-hit kills. In my playtesting, they occasionally one-shotted sectoids during the first month, at best. This just reduces the odds of, my grenade blew up in their face and did absolutely nothing. This change also applies to aliens and Exalt, so prioritizing grenade carriers is crucial. Removed or reduced the mobility penalties for small items. Ceramic, alloy, and chitin platings still have a penalty of 1. Reinforced armor has a penalty of 1. Rocket penalties are unchanged. All other small items now have no penalty. Weapon and armor penalties and bonuses are unchanged. Increased the close range aim bonus for all weapons except sniper rifles. This also applies to aliens and Exalt, so there should be a lot fewer occurrences of my gun was in their face and somehow I shot into the air on all sides. Increased the base health range of soldiers to 4 to 6 from 3 to 5. Increased the soldier base aim to 65 to 73 from 56 to 70. This seemed like a nice middle ground between normal long war and the cinematic mode second wave option, which I've always felt was a little bit too much. Narrowed the soldier base mobility range to 12 to 14 from 11 to 15. It should just be a little bit more consistent now. Slightly increased loot from aliens. Slightly increased the health on most aliens to kind of help compensate for the base stat increase my soldiers got. Motion tracker range increased to 45 from 35. Increased the number of steam vents to 3 from 2 to hopefully reduce restarts for decent steam vent placement. Reverted the arc thrower capture chances to vanilla XCOM. So, for those of you who stuck around, I hope these changes aren't too much, that they haven't like completely ruined the Long War mod in your eyes. I think it will make it a lot more fun to play, a lot more fun to watch, hopefully, and I hope you stick around to watch me fight some aliens.